Hey friends, my intention for this nap time session is that it's going to be a little bit of a nervous system reset. At this time of year, our nervous systems are heightened, we're tired, our little ones are tired, we've got all of these end of year festivities and celebrations, and it can start to feel like you're being pulled in all directions and your patience is probably lower, you're probably not sleeping as well, maybe you've had a few extra cups of coffee, maybe you've had a glass of wine or two, and all of these things are putting a strain on our nervous system. So today's class is just about grounding, coming down from all of that frazzled energy that we currently live in at this time of year. Like all of the nap time sessions, we're going to get in, we're going to get out in a short amount of time, but that doesn't mean we're going to rush. So let's get on the mat today and get started. Let's start today's class on our back with the feet in towards the hips and the knees slightly apart. You can rest the hands however is comfortable. We're just going to gently wiper the legs from side to side. So keeping it really slow and gentle today. Inhaling and exhaling the legs from side to side. You might like to close down the eyes if that feels nice for you. If it feels good to do so, you can also rock the head from side to side, just feeling the back of the skull gently massaging along the floor. I want you to focus on breathing deeply into the belly, expanding into the side ribs. Almost noticing how much space you can fill up with air in your body. Good. Bring the knees back to center. As you exhale, we're just going to gently press into the feet, roll the hips up towards the ceiling. Notice as the spine lifts off the floor. And then gently exhale, see if you can move one vertebrae at a time, slowly rolling that spine all the way back down. And again, inhaling, slowly coming up. And exhaling, slowly coming down. Really noticing how each point of the spine connects with the mat. And taking your time, knowing there's no hurry, it's just about feeling into the body, noticing these points of connection with the floor. Good. I want you to gently hug the knees into the chest. If it feels good to do so, you could tuck the nose right in towards yourself and curl up into a nice, neat little ball. And then exhale. I want you to extend the arms and legs out, making yourself as long as possible. And again, inhale, draw the knees in towards the nose. And then this time, release the head and neck down and gently let the knees fall over to one side. So if this is too intense on your body, you can bring some supports, cushions, pillows underneath the knees. If it feels good for you and you want a little bit more, you can look away from the legs, getting that beautiful twist through the spine. Again, breathing nice and deep here, noticing which spaces in the body you can feel. And then gently drawing the knees all the way up and over to the opposite side. If it feels good to do so, look away from the knees. See if you can let yourself be heavy here. So notice where your body is gripping. Maybe it's the shoulders. Maybe you're holding a part of your body quite awkwardly. Can you soften and relax? Good. Draw the knees back into center. I want you to reach towards those feet. So if you can't quite make it to the feet, you can hold on to the shins, you can hold on to behind the knees, wherever works for you, for your happy baby. We're just gently drawing the knees down, getting that beautiful stretch through the groin, through the inner thigh. You might also feel it behind the knees. And if it feels nice to do so, you can just gently rock yourself from side to side. Imagine you're rocking your baby, gently soothing them, and doing the same gentle motion for yourself. I think it's really important at this time of year to also remind yourself that nothing is truly urgent. I know at the end of the year, as we wrap up with work, all the things we feel like we need to do for Christmas, we're reaching towards the feet as we cross the legs now. Everything feels urgent. Everyone thinks everything is urgent, and oftentimes most of the things aren't urgent at all. So if that's how you're feeling, if you're feeling like you're running out of time, you didn't get all the things done you wanted to get done this year, just take a deep breath with me. Remind yourself that the sun is going to rise again tomorrow. And often nothing is truly urgent. If it wasn't done, that's okay. We'll get it done tomorrow. Let's gently change the cross of the legs, holding onto the feet once more, gently pulling them into the body. I think at this time of year too, we often don't make time for this sort of practice. We might keep up our more active practice, but we forget about these deeply restful, restorative practices, feeling like we don't have time. And yet this making this white space, making this time is the thing that's going to help us to keep steady and keep calm throughout this silly season. So just remind yourself that this too is important. It's giving back to yourself. Good, release the feet. You're gonna roll into that tight little ball once more, maybe taking nose to knee. Stretching the body out long. Pressing the feet away from the fingers. And then just gently draw the left knee in towards the chest. Gently draw the leg in. You can either keep that other leg long or you can gently lift it off the mat slightly, just activating into those hip muscles a little bit. And then rest the foot down onto the ground. We're coming into a twist again, but this time only the one leg is coming up and over. So again, coming into only where you're comfortable, using any cushions under that knee if you need, and looking away from the knee if it feels good. Breathing here, noticing the spaces that you can breathe into. And then gently drawing both knees back into the chest. Give yourself a little rock from side to side just to reset. And then stretch the body long. Take up space. Don't apologize for it. And then draw the right knee into the chest. Either staying here or lifting that leg slightly off the ground, activating into this hip flexor. And then resting that bottom leg back down as you cross the body with the top knee. Again, using supports where you need. Find the position that works for you and then let yourself get heavy. Give yourself permission to rest. Gently draw both knees back into center. A little rock from side to side once more. And then rest the right foot down to the ground as we gently draw the left leg in for a hamstring stretch. So wherever you can reach along this hamstring, it really doesn't matter. You can have the knee as bent as you need, just gently working on straightening the leg or drawing the leg in towards you until you can feel that stretch in the back of the hamstring here. And then again, let yourself soften into this position. The shoulders get heavy. Good. I want you to release the hands down onto the mat. Keep the leg outstretched. A little bit of active work here. As you exhale, gently press into the right leg, lifting the hips up so glutes have turned on. A little bit of active movement here. And then cross the left ankle over the right and exhale the hips back down. Gently draw the right knee in towards the chest, getting a beautiful stretch here into the hip. If you like, you can thread the arms through, either holding onto the back of the thigh or if you can reach the shin, and then softening the shoulders again. Breathing deep. Good. Release both legs down. And then draw that right leg in for the hamstring stretch wherever you can reach. Notice when you flex the toes back towards the head, it changes the stretch. You might feel it more in the calf here. And you can just play with bending the knee, straightening the leg, pulling the leg in. It doesn't have to be super serious. You could massage into the back of the hamstring if they're really tight. Just give yourself permission to do what feels good here. Good. Let's bring those hands down to the ground. A little bit of active work here as you exhale, press into the left foot, lift the hips high, glutes turn on. We say a brief hello. And then we take that right foot across the left knee and exhale the hips back down. Gently drawing the left knee in now, finding the hands to the thigh or the shin, and then settle in. Keep both feet flexed. Notice how that changes the stretch, changes the sensation. Good. Release both legs. Hug the knees into the chest, but keep them nice and wide. Just take a nice gentle rock from side to side here. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall out as we come into our butterfly, which is quite an intense stretch for the inner thigh. So if you need cushions, pillows under these legs, is going to help. Or just reduce that stretch a little bit. Bring the hands onto the belly. Notice that the hands rise and fall with the breath. Become aware of which points of your body connect with the mat. Letting them consciously sink into the floor. Giving yourself permission to rest. Notice if and when the mind starts to wander. And just gently draw it back to this space. Back to an awareness of the breath entering and exiting through the nose. And just for a final few breaths, stretch the arms out, legs out, make yourself into a big starfish kind of shape, take up space. Sighing it out a few times here. done. When you're ready to, let's roll. Coming onto one side, taking a few moments here. Before coming all the way back up to have a seat. Just take a moment to bring hands to heart, bow down the head. Let's take a moment of reverence for yourself, of honoring all the things that you do for yourself, for your family, for your wider community, all the things that you show up for, maybe in your work, in your friendship circles. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit in any of these spaces. So take this time now to honor you for all that you have done this year, for all of the parts of yourself that you've given selflessly and without second thought. And honor this taking of time back for yourself today, knowing its importance, knowing its worth, and knowing your worth. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today and always. Namaste.